If you want to sound more confident and decisive when you speak, stop using one word that's quietly holding you back. In this video, I'll show you why basically weakens your message and the simple alternatives that make you sound clear, confident, and in control.
Picture this. You're in a meeting, you've got a killer idea, and you open your mouth to say, well, basically, and you can almost feel the confidence draining out of you before you even finish the sentence. That one little word, basically, is a quiet saboteur. It's a verbal crutch we all lean on without realizing it, and it's subtly undermining everything we say. But what if you could swap it for words that make you sound not just smart, but decisive? What if you could reclaim that power in your speech? In this video, I'm going to give you 4 powerful alternatives that will instantly upgrade your impact. The problem. Let's be clear, basically isn't a bad word. The problem is that it has become one of the most common filler words in English, right up there with and like. We use it to buy time or soften a statement, but what our listeners often hear is hesitation or a lack of conviction. Think about it. When you say basically, you're signaling that what comes next is a simplified, maybe even dumbed-down version of the real story. This can imply one of 2 things, and neither is great. Either you don't fully understand the topic, or you don't trust your listener's intelligence. Either way, your credibility takes a hit. This isn't just some minor verbal tic. It's a habit that can genuinely hold you back. It can make you sound less prepared and less confident, and over time, it dilutes the strength of your message. The agitation. So why is this one word so damaging? Because communication isn't just about information. It's about how you make people feel, and weak words create a weak impression. Every time you say basically, you're masking a moment of anxiety. It's your brain filling a silence that it thinks is awkward. But here's a secret that powerful communicators know. A deliberate pause is a sign of confidence and control. It gives your audience a moment to process what you've said and signals that what's coming next is worth waiting for. When you use basically, you're telling your listeners, here comes a simplification, instead of, here comes the crucial point. It's the difference between sounding like an expert in command of their subject and a student who's just trying to get by. Your great idea now sounds like a rough draft. Your firm conviction sounds like a hesitant suggestion. The damage is subtle, but it's constant, and it adds up, shaping how others see your competence. But the good news is, like any habit, this one can be broken. The key isn't just to stop saying basically, it's to replace it with purpose. Section 1, the first alternative, when you're simplifying. Okay, the number one reason we use basically is to break down a complex idea. The before sounds like this. Basically, the new software integrates all our sales data into one dashboard. It's not wrong, but it feels a little lazy, like you're skipping the details. Instead of a word that signals oversimplification, you want a phrase that signals clarity. Alternative number 1, in essence or essentially. These words have weight. They signal that you're about to distill a topic to its core truth. It tells your listener, I understand this deeply, and here's the most important part. Let's try that sentence again. Essentially, the new software integrates all our sales data into one dashboard. Hear that? It sounds more precise and sophisticated. Another great option is in simple terms. This phrase is confident and respectful. It says, this is complex, but I'm going to make it clear for you. Before, basically, you need to restart the router. After, in simple terms, you need to restart the router. It's a small shift in words, but a huge shift in impact. You go from sounding dismissive to sounding helpful and in control. CTA, mid-roll. If you're already seeing how these small swaps make a big difference, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're all about building confident communication skills here, and I've got a lot more to share. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss what's next. Section 2. The second alternative, when you're summarizing. Another time basically loves to sneak in is when you're summarizing. You've gone through all the points and now you want to land the conclusion. The before goes something like this. So, basically, we're moving the deadline to next Friday. It just weakens the decision. It makes it sound like a casual thought, not a firm conclusion. For summaries, you need a phrase that has authority. Alternative number 2, the bottom line is, or in short. The bottom line is a powerhouse. It cuts through the noise and tells everyone you've reached the most critical takeaway. It's assertive and clear. Let's upgrade that sentence. The bottom line is we're moving the deadline to next Friday. It feels decisive. It's a final call, not a suggestion. A slightly softer but just as effective alternative is in short. It's perfect for wrapping up a longer explanation concisely. Before, so after reviewing everything, basically we can't start the project this quarter. After reviewing everything, in short, we can't start the project this quarter. This shows you respect your listener's time by getting straight to the point. You're not being lazy, you're being efficient. Section 3, when you're thinking. This is the sneakiest use of basically. It just falls out of our mouths when our brain is playing catch-up with our speech. It's a placeholder for silence. It sounds like this. Well, basically, I think we should focus on the European market first. That basically did nothing but fill dead air. It made you sound like you were searching for your own opinion. The most powerful communicators have mastered the alternative. Alternative number 3, the confident pause. That's it. The alternative is silence. Just a deliberate 1 to 2 second pause where you stop, think, and then deliver your statement. What feels like an eternity to you is perceived by your audience as thoughtfulness. It makes you look composed and in control. It gives your words more weight because you're not just blurting them out. Let's try that sentence again, but this time imagine a 2-second pause where basically used to be. Well, pause. I think we should focus on the European market first. The pause builds anticipation. It makes your listener lean in. It transforms you from someone who is afraid of silence into someone who uses it as a tool. Section 4, a special case, when to just delete it. Sometimes, basically, doesn't need a replacement. It's just a verbal tick that adds 0 value. In these cases, the strongest move is to just delete it. Check out these sentences. I basically just wanted to see how you were doing. It's basically a really simple fix. She basically said she wasn't interested. Now, let's just get rid of it. I wanted to see how you were doing. It's a really simple fix. She said she wasn't interested. See, in every case, the sentence gets stronger, clearer, and more direct. It's like removing a layer of fog. You instantly sound more assertive. So here's your new rule. Before you speak, do a quick mental check. If the sentence works without basically, leave it out. How to break the habit. Knowing the alternatives is step 1, but building a new habit takes practice. Here's a simple 3-step plan. First, awareness through recording. Record yourself talking for 2 minutes. Just tell a story about your day. Then listen back and count how many times you say basically. Most people are shocked. That awareness is the critical first step. Second, practice with purpose. Pick one alternative to focus on this week. Maybe you decide that every time you summarize, you're going to use the bottom line is. Rehearse it. The goal is to make the new phrase feel just as natural as the old one. Third, practice the pause. This is the most important drill. Ask a friend to ask you simple questions. Before you answer, force yourself to take a silent 2-second pause and train your brain that silence is not a threat, it's a tool. It'll feel weird at first, but it is the single most effective way to build confident speech patterns. Conclusion. We've covered a lot, so let's recap the mission. Your goal is to stop letting basically sabotage your confidence. Instead of using it to simplify, say in essence or in simple terms. Instead of using it to summarize, say the bottom line is or in short. Instead of using it to fill thinking time, embrace the confident pause. And if it adds no meaning, just delete it. By replacing this one weak word, you're not just changing your vocabulary, you're changing how you're perceived. You're signaling that you're confident, you're in command, and that what you have to say has value. Here is my challenge to you. For the rest of today, pick just one of these alternatives and use it in a conversation, an email, a meeting, just once, and notice how it feels. Final CTA. What other weak words do you notice yourself or others using? Drop them in the comments below and let's tackle them together. If this video was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more content on becoming a powerful communicator, and check out this other video on my channel about getting rid of filler words for good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.